Hey, what's up everybody? It's VenomousNinetails. This is actually showing up a little bit better on camera, but that's right, I dyed my hair royal blue. Like, it's pretty close to a black color, but on camera, the blue actually shows up a lot more, especially with lower exposure lighting, and I just came back from TwitchCon. But before we get into that, this is actually gonna be two separate videos. Part one will be talking about my health. Part two will be talking about TwitchCon. So, as some of you may know, I've been dealing with hormonal imbalance issues, specifically idiopathic low testosterone, a condition known as male hypogonadism. And for those of you who also know, I've had a heart transplant since a very young age. I have this like 6-7 inch scar going down my chest. I have somebody else's heart beating in here. I jokingly say, I don't have a heart, I have somebody else's. As that's kind of true. Here's where the interesting thing comes in. When I was younger, nobody ever did any blood work to find out why I was obese. That has caused a series of really annoying medical issues. Because realistically, I was doing phys ed, I was working out, I would go to the gym, and still, I could not maintain any weight loss of greater than 30 pounds, no matter how much effort I put in, and I could not retain my muscle mass. I would always lose it in about a month after I stopped working out. I kept testing my blood work, and I would fall below 300. But Kaiser doesn't do anything unless you fall below 240. People have different experiences with Kaiser. Some people love it, some people hate it. Newsflash, I'm gonna be switching my healthcare. But I ended up looking for ways to boost my testosterone since my health insurance / provider wasn't willing to prescribe me anything. And I was sitting miserable, losing muscle mass, somehow still getting fatter despite hardly eating. And I was already on Ozempic to lose weight. But I was still losing muscle mass, and I need to be below a certain BMI. I need to qualify for a second transplant. During the time I had left home and moved in with my aunt, I ended up actually being reached out to by a research chemical company that was offering enclophamine. Enclophamine is sometimes given as oral TRT when people don't want an injection and instead want a pill. It's used off-label to treat secondary male gonadism, and it's proven to be as effective at raising testosterone as TRT. I bought it as a research sample. I've been taking it, I've been taking notes. Prior to taking it, I was like at what, 186 and like 216? I was in the lower 200s, give or take. I may be off a couple digits for like the exact, might be 214. I will blur some stuff out and upload my blood work. Within like a month of taking it, I shot up to 665 out of like a possible 800. I started regaining my muscle mass and my body started coming back to me. Now here's the thing, it is sold as a research sample, so take it at your own risk. But it's like 99% pure, high potency, it's doing its job. And right now, it's kind of the thing that's allowing me to live a normal life, actually have any sort of energy whatsoever, get around my day, not pass out behind the wheel, build muscle mass. Enclophamine is what's keeping me going. So I've done my own research. A research chemical company reached out to me. I do have an affiliate link with them, and I will be posting links in the description if you want to buy anything. Now I am trying to add an IGF-1 LR3 in order to try to further gain lean muscle mass and tone down my fat. IGF-1 LR3 basically restricts myostatin. Myostatin restricts muscle growth. So by restricting myostatin, you're giving a little bit more headroom for muscle mass to grow. And again, that's according to my own research. I am not a doctor nor a pharmacist. I am not a medical researcher. I am somebody who just reads this stuff. I am someone who's just a voice on the internet. I am sharing my own experiences with you, my own notes. Well, the next day I woke up with more energy after taking one dose than ever before. Now, the doses I'm taking is 2 of the capsules, 2 of the 12.5 capsules to get around like 25 milligrams. And so far, that seems to be what's working for me. I'm probably going to create a stack in order to get in as lean of a shape as possible because I do have actual body goals, but I am primarily doing this from my own research to take control of my health into my own hands. Because realistically, if I had listened to my doctors, I'd probably be feeling a lot worse. I'd be a lot more miserable. I'd be in a lot more chronic pain. Quite honestly, it's a slow 7-8 year death sentence. Because in 7-8 years, I'm probably gonna need another transplant. Assuming I have not lost enough muscle mass to kill me before that. And it does put my graft in danger. As for why my doctors wouldn't prescribe me TRT, here's a hint. My insurance makes it a pain in the ass in order to prove I don't have sleep apnea. And it doesn't matter how miserable I am. And it doesn't matter that and this is literally life or death for me. You don't magically go up to like 600 just from working out. Once you're below like 300 and you're starting to pack on fat, you do have hypogonadism. It doesn't magically fix itself because your body is telling itself to store more fat since it's eating its own muscle mass. I was literally self-cannibalizing my own muscle mass. Nothing was allowed to heal. My muscle mass wasn't increasing. Like I did strength training, and what muscle mass I had gained from that was lost in about a month. I tried to maintain it at home, but didn't work that way. I've tried other peptides from different companies, such as like ipamorelin, and those have also helped gain back my lost muscle mass. Ultimately, I'm doing what I have to for my health. I do plan on maybe doing a stack of clofamine, IGF-1 LR3, MK677, and maybe switching between hexarelin and MK677 because of the way these peptides work. Realistically, the only thing that burns fat is muscle. Yes, you can burn fat through exercise, but it's not sustained. Muscle mass, you can burn fat by sitting on your ass, quite literally, or in your sleep, because it's constantly metabolically expensive. And that's the one thing I could not build. It's not rocket science, it's simple. Normal testosterone levels, muscle mass, skinny Josh, skinny Ninetails. That's literally all that needed to happen. Now here's the thing, I don't have sleep apnea. I wanted an attended study that they couldn't botch. They couldn't be like, oh, the tube fell out, but haha, we weren't there, so we're just gonna believe you tore out your own tube to mess with the results. Yeah, it doesn't account for that. That's why I wanted an attended sleep study, so they would know if something like that happened. 0 chance of error. But they put the order in wrong. I ended up going to 2 different endocrinologists, and it just became a massive pain. Here's the thing, my airway is not blocked when I sleep. I actually get pretty restful sleep, but I'm losing muscle mass, which means I'm losing mitochondria, which means I'm losing energy. It's not from sleep apnea. But the other thing is if you allow hypogonadism due to idiopathic low testosterone to continue, you develop sleep apnea because your body is packing on fat and it doesn't have the muscle to burn it. The other thing is it affected other areas of my life. I was chronic muscle pain, chronic muscle spasms, low energy, low mental clarity, high fatigue, lack of alertness, cloudiness, re-triggering my depression, anxiety. It affected everything and made my life completely miserable. I was basically dying, just slowly over a 7-year period. And my medical practitioners are not willing to factor that in, which is a violation of the Hippocratic Oath. They weren't willing to let me gamble on my own future. Because I know what my blood hematocrit is. It's really low. It's like on the 41 percentile. I am not going to die from taking TRT. I'm not going to have a heart attack because I don't have sleep apnea. My blood oxygen's always helped. It's literally like, fix it now before we actually get there. And now I am fixing it. My shoulder muscles have kind of come back. Can't really see them through my shirt. My arm muscles come back quite a bit. And I'm happier and healthier. I do think the medical system in America needs to change because I could have gone to Europe, I could have gone to Japan, I could have gone to Korea and been allowed to assume the risk, sign off on it, and receive whatever treatment I want. But this all could have been handled had they just made it easy to get an attended sleep study and then get my testosterone. So to put it bluntly, my doctors are idiots that were willing to throw my life away. A research chemical company came in when I needed access to something to supplement my testosterone. And I will say that I'm doing a self-study or self-experiment, although I'm not a laboratory scientist, I'm not a research analyst. I am not a doctor and I am not a pharmacist. And because I can purchase a supplement I need as a research sample, my life has improved drastically. I've gotten my life back. I am now at the level where I should be for a 28-year-old biological male to compete on even footing with other 28-year-old biological men. It's the hormone that I needed, and this peptide helps me produce that. I'm sharing my experiences with you guys. My affiliate code's with Royal Research Co. There's like a certain double conversion you have to do with like their payment processor. But I do get a small commission off of every purchase you make, and it is paid out to my PayPal. That being said, it is an affiliate link. I am not sponsored by them. I am simply sharing my story, and I take this stuff myself. I'm doing so because, well, my life kind of depends on it, but I blame the American healthcare system, and I blame Kaiser in particularly. It's not defamation of character, it's personal experience. I am switching my insurance as soon as I get a couple things squared away. I'm probably going to be switching to a different healthcare provider, probably Optum, and I'm going to eventually save up enough money to afford First Health. $350 a month, you get medical, dental, and vision. You get healthcare, and it's a PPO that you can go. It has 97% coverage, except VAs and, well, Kaisers. It would be a really awesome. I've looked into different health plans. As for my health, we'll continue monitoring it and we'll continue this experiment on my channel. I am a Twitch streamer, coming back to it. I'm slowly building up my IRL setup, and when I come back to streaming, I'm doing a mixture of IRL and gaming content. Who knows, maybe we can experiment with some augmented reality stuff, some heart rate monitors. We'll see what kind of insane crazy shit we can do for my setup. As for this experiment, I do plan on repeating my blood work at either the 16 or 90 day mark, and again at the 120 day mark. I want to be able to show how not only my blood work has improved, but also how my hormone levels across the board have improved, and I want to be able to show off the physique to prove that it's working. I'm doing what I have to for my health, and if your doctor isn't working out for you, or your health insurance isn't working out for you, I do highly encourage you to get a new one. I'm not advocating for doing necessarily what I did. I am just throwing the information out there. I can't wait to show you guys the transformation of like buff skinny Josh. Oh, and this is gonna be pretty freaking awesome. Also, I love the fact that like peptides are not regulated by, like the sale of peptides is not necessarily regulated by the FDA. So you can actually legally purchase them over the counter as research samples. Again, keyword, reliability purposes. And that's considered a holistic thing. Or you can get them prescribed. We live in a world that's either or, because Ozempic is technically, you can get compounded semaglutide as a research sample, or you could buy Ozempic through a prescription. It's just one of them you would have to reconstitute with the bacterial static water yourself, whereas one of them is already reconstituted for you. It is what it is. And keep in mind, this is stuff I've done at my own risk and decided it was worth it to do. I am not advocating for anyone else to do this. This is also the update on my health, because I feel amazing. I haven't felt this way in years. Like, it's a literal godsend. Like, this is what I've literally been praying for. A way to go around the stupid system to take my healthcare back into my own hands and treat what I needed to treat, and not wait around as my health continued to deteriorate down into the toilet. Thank you for your time, and comment, like, and subscribe, and bless you.